Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Wait, this is actually an okay angle. Look, I'm not too mad at this heater is way too hot. Okay, for fuck's sake. How, did that fall so intense? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is what I'm having instead of a coffee. Because I've quit caffeine. Okay, I have quit caffeine the past 7 days now. I stopped having it. Well, I tried to stop having it last week on Sunday, but I got a chai latte, so I'm pretty sure that had caffeine in it. So I quit it from last Monday. And the reason I'm quitting caffeine is because I definitely was starting to get an addiction. No, I think I did have an addiction, and I would have a lot of it, not just a little bit. Like, one day I made like a 5-shot. And I was so coffee high on my walk. I'd accidentally gone on my phone and walked past where I would normally, on my walk, I kept walking past instead of turning into my street. And then when I looked up, I didn't know where I was, even though I was on the avenue that I lived on. But because it was just a different timing of my walk, I was lost and I didn't know where I was, and it was just really crazy. And then normally I have like a 3-shot coffee in the morning, and then I'll have like a 2-shot in the afternoon. Sometimes I'll make a week one later. Almost every day I'd have an energy drink, and it was just really bad. And then I had like a really bad anxiety situation from I guess it's called an anxiety attack when it lasts over days, and I had it from Saturday night all the way until I'm still kind of recovering from it right now, over something that's really stupid. And I was like, no, I'm just done with having coffee. So because I love energy drinks and I love the kind of sourness it gives, that's why I thought I'd have an orange juice. Okay, so I already got that primer on. Lately, the foundation I've been using for shoot stuff is this one from Chroma Cover. If ever Chroma Cover, whatever the fuck. Okay, here we go. What are we talking about today? Oh, well, I actually did have a point I wanted to talk about. Wait, yes, I am getting rid of the caffeine, so it's been a week, and I definitely feel like I'm having withdrawal. Okay, the first few days, I didn't know, the first 5 days, I didn't notice it because, honestly, I was just in such a high, ignore that it doesn't match, because once it's down my neck, it's fine. I was in such a high anxiety yeah, it's been fucked. I'm honestly a lot better today. There's still remnants. It's crazy how, anxiety, it's almost like a sickness, I feel like. When you have an attack, it's like when you're sick and it's, really strong for, however many days. Fucking, that's me trying to not go into the bad thoughts. But, however many days, and then, you have remnants and stuff, and, it makes me so jealous of people who don't deal with it, and this is probably my worst one I've had. But I'm telling myself there's a lesson in it, and the thing that's caused me to stress, is there a lesson in it and stuff. And that's the way I'm thinking about it. But yeah, anyways, I have to really just remember to be present in what's now. I need to be better at that. My anxiety comes a lot from past. I'm not really someone that stresses about the future, honestly. It's almost I know the future hasn't happened yet, so there's nothing to worry about. But my brain worries about, I guess, when something's happening in the present, I'm worried, and also past things I worry about. So I've kind of been like that since I was young, and I don't like it. And I think I'm hoping that eventually I grow out of being like that. If that's a thing, when my frontal lobe develops, maybe. I don't know. So anyways, I'm not going to talk too much about it because then I feel like I'm putting focus on it, whatever. It's not, that's all I'm going to say about it, right? So I didn't really notice the caffeine withdrawal, but then on Friday night, I randomly got a headache. And so that would have been 5 days without caffeine. I randomly got a headache, the type of headache that I would get from being on my phone all day, but I wasn't on my phone all day Friday. I was really busy. I was just watching a movie and I got a headache, and that headache lasted all night. And then I had it still the next morning until the middle of the day. So I thought that was interesting, right? And then I also felt kind of nauseous. I guess I did have ashwagandha and magnesium, but I had a banana and then I had that. So it wasn't on an empty stomach. I randomly felt nauseous. And then I went about that day. We had a couple drinks, nothing crazy. I was fine. And then I found myself feeling really, really dizzy, extremely dizzy. And nauseous again, and just like off. So that was Friday and Saturday I was dealing with that. And then I have been feeling more tired and irritable, and normally by now I would have been fine because I finished my period, I would have been fine. I just noticed like I've just been off, right? This morning I was on my walk, and I normally right now, it's like my period finished yesterday, I would be like the most happy person ever, but I was being like annoyed about things and stuff, and I was on my walk. Anyway, I fucking look up the symptoms of caffeine withdrawal, and it's literally like headaches, nausea, irritability, tiredness, like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's literally what I'm being right now when I'm normally not like this. Of course you'd feel tired because you're used to the caffeine like fueling you and stuff, but like the headaches out of nowhere and the nausea out of nowhere, I'm like, this actually makes sense. And I was like, wow, was my like addiction that bad? Like I was having it, like obviously I've been having energy drinks for ages, you guys know that, and I'd have like maybe one energy drink a day. Sometimes I wouldn't, or I'd have pre-workout. In the last like genuinely like the last 5 months, I've been having coffee every day, and then it started turning into like double shot coffees, 2 coffees in the late afternoon. Like, wait, I'm using the wrong brush, that's so annoying. Like, it's just, I've been having it a lot, and then like obviously the 5-shot coffee, and like I definitely was doing very, they wrote down like people who have the, when your withdrawals are bad is when you normally have a high intake of caffeine, and I think what I was having would definitely be considered a high intake. It would be honestly extremely high, like a 3-shot coffee, then a 2-shot coffee, and whatever. Like, I don't think people normally do 3 shots. Like, they normally will do a double shot if they're really tired, but I was having like a 3-shot every morning, like every morning without fail. And I was having them in the late afternoon. I started having them like 4 o'clock, and like, honestly, I noticed like ever since I stopped having the coffees, like it's only been a week now, but my sleep has been so much better and less interrupted. I haven't been staying up as late anymore too, which is really, really good. Yeah, it's been legendary. So yeah, I feel like caffeine literally is a drug. Like, it literally is a drug, and we need to take it more serious, guys. I don't know if I'll ever go back to it. Like, I do feel like at festivals and stuff, because I'll probably have a few drinks, but like I'm not the biggest drinker. I'll want to have like Red Bulls and stuff. Also, why is this not showing up on camera? Like, there's literally blush on my face. Anyway, I'll want to have like some like maybe Red Bulls and stuff. Hopefully I'm fine with that. I'm just conscious of like my heart, because what happened was when I first started the anxiety attack, I had just had an energy drink at night. So it was like, it became triggered by that. And then I've just been like, no, I'm not having this anymore because I don't trust myself. Anyways. So yeah, that's a little life update, guys. If you've been thinking about quitting caffeine, give it a go. Also, I said there's other benefits too, apparently. Like, even just like the stress it puts on your body can be like the cause of like, if you care about weight loss and stuff like that, apparently it's like a thing, because it like puts your body, especially as a woman, like in a higher stress than you need. I don't know if you care about that. That's something that I read about. I also saw about people with TMJ, which I have, and my everyone has a temper or a mandibular joint, but it's like when your like jaw clicks. I have that from when I had like my jaw got hit in high school, and like the TMJ symptoms can get worse from caffeine. Like, and I was having such a clicky jaw and a sore jaw all the time, way more than normal. And honestly, it's been okay. Why's my tongue whack? I'm just conscious of the time. I need to be ready in 11 minutes, but I should be fine because I'm gonna just do my hair and details. Also, I've just been like, I think because of it, oh my god, I didn't want to make this whole video about it. This is stupid. Well, anyways, yeah. So I've quit caffeine, but I've been wanting to quit caffeine for ages, so whatever. Or like just have it less, and now I've just gone cold turkey. I'm also just kind of proving to myself that I don't allow myself to get addicted to things. I just won't do it. This morning, I did the most random thing. Well, not the most random thing, but I unfollowed people that I used to work with that I don't even talk to anymore. And like, I think I'm going to go through my following list and unfollow more people. And like, I used to, when I was younger, obviously a teenager, I used to think that like unfollowing people was so rude. When I unfollow, by the way, I always remove as a follower. I don't give a fuck. I don't like people who unfollow and leave as a follower. Bitch, why do you think I want to see your shit if you don't want to see mine? And I don't take it in a rude way if you don't want to see my shit, but as soon as you leave me seeing yours, when you unfollow me, that's just like rude, I feel like. Anyways, that's just what I think. But I unfollowed some people, like one girl that I'm literally like, we were friends, and then we just stopped being friends randomly. I don't know what happened. She just stopped talking to me. And but we just always still had each other on social media for years, and I saw her post today, and like, all the best to her, but I just thought like, we literally don't talk. Why do we have each other on social media? And every time I see your post, it reminds me of the fact that we used to be close friends and don't talk. And I just don't want to be like reminded of that. I'd rather us both just go live our own lives. You know what I mean? So I unfollowed her, then I unfollowed a few other people. And then I was like, and like a month or two ago, I went and like unfollowed heaps of people, like just heaps, and removed, because it's just like there was no point me seeing them. Like I feel like when you're younger, like, yeah, you wanted to follow everyone and anyone like from your area, but now it's like I literally only feel like on social media you should be following people you want to see their content. So like maybe creators or celebrities, or like maybe someone that you met 7 fucking years ago and you care about what they're up to. That's fine. And then people you know in real life that you want to like be able to contact and like have as mutual friends and whatever, and that you actually care about seeing this stuff. Like you could know people in real life and not have them on social media, obviously that's fine. But like, I don't know, I just don't feel like there's a point of like seeing people's posts and stuff like that you don't actually care about. Like, and I don't find it rude to like remove people. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. So yeah, that's just what I did. And I feel like good about it. Like I don't think it's rude at all, as long as you like remove people back. You know? Like we're all getting older now. Like there's no point needing to have like, so many following on Instagram. Like seeing what everyone's doing. Like you don't even need to follow people from high school if you don't want to. Like I don't know, I just don't see a point. Like I don't know, I just feel like I'm getting older, and like yeah, I do love to follow creators and stuff because they make like content that entertains me. Like I feel like that's what social media should be, like keeping up to date with your friends. Yeah, I don't think there's anything bad about unfollowing people. Like I don't think it's rude at all, just not in that phase of life. And like even like if guys unfollow me, if they like get a girlfriend and unfollow me, like in the past, like guys I went to school with that unfollow me, I literally didn't care. What I did care about was them leaving me as a follower. That pisses me off, because it's like, I respect you for unfollowing every girl that exists ever when you have a girlfriend, but just remove me as a follower too, because I don't like want to see your shit. You know what I mean? Just personally, I don't care about seeing your stuff in the first place. There's just no need. I feel like that like whole like, even though obviously I have like a following from doing social media, I don't feel like it's important to have a big following anymore. Like it doesn't, like as in like just in like the everyday life, follow backs, like it's not real. Like social media is like entertainment, and then having people that you're friends with in real life and you're like, oh, you posted photos from this weekend, how was your trip you went on, you know? If you do want to keep people that you've, you know, made friends with like 5 years ago on a holiday and shit, like you can definitely do that, of course. I don't know, I'm really right now big into like what you consume and stuff like that, because you don't need to be seeing everything and anything. I think that you go online and like see the people that, you know, you care about, and also like the people that like the entertainment, like things that bring you joy, like that's good. And that's it, like just protect your mind and stuff. Like I think it was because I've already been in like a sensitive state, and then I go on my phone and I see like a girl that I was friends with that I'm no longer friends with posting, and I'm like, why am I still following you? We're not even friends. Like it doesn't make any sense why we still follow each other. We both know we don't talk, so why have we just always kept each other? We don't like each other's posts, like because we just aren't friends. It's like, it doesn't even make sense to be following, especially if you're removing someone. I don't think that's rude, because it's like you're telling them like, hey, like, you know, I'm not really concerned with what you're doing anymore. I don't think you're concerned with what I'm doing anymore, because if they were, then you'd probably be concerned with them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the feeling would honestly definitely be mutual. We go into the topic of following. Like I remember I used to care so much about like who people are like following. Like with my ex, I was always like, I did look at his following list, and like early on I'd be like, well, I don't know who you're following, but I didn't make him unfollow anyone because I thought it was very rude. But now I wouldn't. These days I wouldn't find it rude to say unfollow these people, but also at the same time these days I don't feel the need to go through a following list. Like I feel like we're all at an age where like you shouldn't be following anyone silly, and that's it. I will say you shouldn't be following any girls, and I'm not going to follow. Like I feel like, okay, there's still inner crazy coming out. We need to make an updated crazy girl video, I swear, but for now I'm being good, so let me not. I know we're all getting older, so like when you're married, would you want your husband following girls that he went to high school with on Instagram? Like probably not, because it's just like, what's the point of that? Not like that you're intimidated by them, because it's never that, but it's just the idea of it, you know? I don't really fuck with it. So and I also don't care myself. I feel like back in the day I would have been like, oh, I don't want you following this and this, but it's like, okay, well then unfollow all these guys or whatever, and I might have been like, I might have thought, no, I don't need to unfollow them, like, da, da, da. But it's like, yes, although I did unfollow. I did unfollow some decent ones, but no, I did unfollow. I'm a fucking good girl. That's what I am. Nah. People would definitely not follow. No. I'm remembering things. I forgot everything about my past, to be honest. Well, not everything, because I'd be not fucking, but my past relationship, I forget so much. But no, we did unfollow. That's all right, no one. Everyone has different feelings about, like, it's just social media, but at the same time, as I said, why are you going to follow people that you don't care about? Do I really want to go on my Instagram and see a girl that I'm not friends with anymore and be, like, reminded of that? No, you don't. And do you really want, like, your man seeing some girl's post that he, like, went to high school with and maybe they flirted in high school and you don't know? Like, you don't want that. But, like, I'm trying to not sound crazy and, like, this does not come from insecurity. I definitely think early on when I was like this in the past, when I had these feelings, because you guys know how I feel about stuff like this, like girl best friend. It came from two things. One way it definitely came from insecurity in one way, yes. It also came from like a little bit of invalidation, because it was like I would have these feelings but nothing would get done about them. It's like at the end of the day, you want your partner to be happy. You should not give a fuck about anyone else being happy except for your partner. So even if you find her request crazy, it doesn't matter. You do it because they're your priority, right? So I think like my craziness came from a little bit of insecurity because I was younger, and when you're younger, you're insecure. But also it came from like an invalidation or whatever. So these days, that's not my situation at all. Now it's more just like, now that I'm older, I have kind of expectations of what I consider to be respectful and what I consider to be right, now that we're all just older and stuff. So that's kind of where it comes from, if I'm making any sense at all. I hope I'm making sense. Because I don't like respect being like that looks shit. People's idea of respect, like what they find to be like respect in a relationship and stuff. I don't like when people like to say, oh no, you're just being insecure and stuff. I've never believed that. There were times where I definitely was being a little tiny bit insecure early on, but not very much, honestly. But like, I don't like when it's like, no, this is just a respect thing. Like, I'm not worried about anyone else. It's just out of respect. I don't like this. Like, I don't like when girls are labeled as insecure. Even if a guy's labeled as insecure, if he doesn't want his girl to be like XYZ, it's not insecure. It's just like preferences and what you're comfortable with someone you care about being a part of. And maybe some people's ideas are not valid, maybe, but if someone's in a relationship, if they want to be with that person, like, you do things to make it work. Like, if you care about that person, then like their feelings are valid, unless it's like something that affects your safety and like whatever stuff like that. Then obviously that's different. Like, we're not talking about that. Be fucking serious. Yeah, it's just like you want to validate your partner, and that should be your priority. So I don't like people saying like insecure. Da, da, da. No, we're not fucking insecure now. We're all fucking old. We're not insecure. We're just like, this is what's respectful and this is what isn't. You get me? Alright, Alex has started mowing the lawn and I literally need to leave for work now. Perfect timing to finish the makeup. Let's just do some dots quickly. Anyways, that was like a really fast. That was a fast makeup look. A fast discussion. But yeah, I'm always on the topic of social media. I feel like that's why like social media is just such a big thing for our generation and stuff, that it just ends up like, okay, mate, let's go to the bathroom. It just ends up getting talked about a lot, and like, especially in terms of relationships and stuff, like this wasn't a thing like, I mean, from the beginning of time. Like, I don't think humans are really designed. How can I make you guys see me? Ugh. I don't think humans were designed to be on social media and know what everyone's doing and be able to keep track of people and all this stuff. So that's why I feel like it causes so many issues in like people's things like relationships and stuff, because we weren't designed to have this, you know? So the idea of like being annoyed at like following lists, I feel like there's going to be things maybe even more in the future, like that you're going to be able to track on social media that's going to cause issues in like future relationships. Like, there's going to be other forms of social media, other forms of way of contacting. But yeah, I'm just saying all this, as I said, like just expectations, but I am in a very good place and I'm having all my needs met and not having any issues. So I'm not saying this out of a triggered place. I feel like it's just like, what I'm saying is like, it's okay to have boundaries. It's honestly okay to have expectations and honestly like set up boundaries before anything happens. I feel like that's how it should be done anyway. Like you shouldn't let something happen and then be like, can you please not, like, no, you should be like, well, I guess that's how things get brought up anyway. Like, you don't meet someone and go, hey, these are my rules and expectations, like, whatever. Also, speaking of, I've been living on, like, strict talk. And, like, people who are strict with their partner. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you need to be, bitch. Be fucking strict. Hello. Make up new rules on the spot if you need to. I love it. I'm living for it. Seeing all the girlies talking about being strict, I'm like, yep. Anyway. So, yeah, all this was coming from, yes, I'm just unfollowed some people on social media. I probably unfollow a bit more too. I've unfriended heaps of people on Facebook and like last year before I unfriended like 2,000 people because I'm like, why am I friends with this many people? It's just stupid. But it was out of my own choice and stuff, of course, but just wasn't necessary. Anyway, what's happening? Come back to me. I'll sign you guys off over here. Oh, you fucking idiot, bitch. I just knocked over my headphones. I gotta go. I'm gonna be not late, but I want it to be early. Hold on. Hey. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my little rant and updates. Everyone was saying how much they enjoy these videos. Well, not everyone, but the commenters. So comment below if you like this, was saying how much they enjoy this type of video. So I'm glad that people enjoy this because, I mean, it's the easiest to film and make, but who doesn't love to sit down and talk about random shit, you know? All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, peace out. Mwah.